Hi, it's Hinda from Cooking Fantasies. In this video we're gonna make orange cake with orange custard cream and we're gonna top it with some mandarin jelly. It's very delicious, delightful, refreshing dessert and very easy to make. To start, we're gonna first make the orange flavored cake, and for this we're gonna need 1.5 cups of flour. For the ingredients in metric I will leave in the description box. We're gonna need 3 eggs, 1 cup and 1/3 cup of sugar, the zest of 1 orange, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of dried orange peels, and this is optional, 1 cup of yogurt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, which is also optional, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/2 cup of oil. For the syrup, we're gonna need the juice from the zested orange, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of orange blossom water. If you don't have it, it's okay, and we're gonna need 1 cinnamon stick. We will start beating the eggs and gradually add the sugar to them while continuously beating. And once all the sugar is melted, we're gonna add in the yogurt, the vanilla extract, and just keep mixing. When the mixture turns pale, we will sift in the dry ingredients, the flour, the baking powder, the cinnamon, and the orange peels if you decided to use them. You can always add a pinch of salt to your cake batter if you prefer to. Now, using just the hand, whisk everything together until all the dry ingredients are well incorporated. Now add in the zest of the orange, and finally add in the oil and keep whisking until you get an homogenic batter. I used a round baking pan of about 25 centimeters in diameter, that's about 9 to 10 inches. And I have lined it with parchment paper both on the sides and from the bottom before pouring in the butter. My oven is preheated to 340 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 175 degrees Celsius, and it takes about 45 minutes to bake. And meanwhile, we will prepare the syrup for the cake. In a saucepan, add in the orange juice, the sugar, the orange blossom water, and the cinnamon stick. Keep stirring till all the sugar dissolves, and then let it boil on a medium heat for about 1 to 2 minutes. Now the syrup is ready, sift it and let it cool down on the side till the cake is ready. As soon as we take the cake from the oven, we're gonna soak it with the syrup and make sure that it's evenly spread on the surface. Allow it to totally cool down and absorb the syrup before unmolding. Meanwhile, we will prepare the orange custard. We will need 1.5 cups of orange juice, 1/2 cup of sugar, 3 gelatin sheets, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 3 whole eggs, and 1/3 cup of butter. By soaking the gelatin sheets in cold water. In a bowl, whisk the eggs, the sugar, and the cornstarch. In a saucepan, bring the orange juice to boil. Of course, you can use orange juice from the store if you prefer to. Gradually add a few tablespoons of the boiled orange juice to the egg mixture to rise the temperature before pouring back everything into the saucepan. Keep whisking it on a medium heat until it thickens. Now pour everything back into the bowl. Now add in the butter in room temperature and whisk it together with the cream until it melts in. Finally, squeeze the gelatin sheets and add them to the cream while it's still hot. And keep stirring until they are totally dissolved. Now cover the cream directly with some plastic wrap and allow it to cool down to room temperature. When the cake has cooled down and molded, peel off the parchment paper before placing it back into the spring form. Sorry guys, I think I got too excited pouring the nice cream on the cake that I totally forgot to record it. Now for the last step, we're gonna make mandarin jelly. We will need 1.5 cups of mandarin juice, 4 gelatin sheets, 1/4 cup of sugar. First, we will soak the gelatin sheets in cold water. In a saucepan, we will boil the juice and the sugar. And keep stirring till all the sugar dissolves so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. As soon as it starts boiling, remove it from the heat and sieve it. Now squeeze the gelatin sheets and add them to the juice. The gelatin would melt right away, but give it a quick stir to make sure that there are no clumps. After the orange cream has cooled down and settled, and you can test this with a finger, start adding the jelly really slowly with a spoon until you first cover all the surface. We do this because the jelly is still hot and we don't want it to melt the orange cream. When you have covered the whole surface, you can pour the rest of the jelly and allow it to set for at least 2 hours in the refrigerator. I used some fresh mandarin slices and caramel nuts to garnish the cake, but it's totally up to you. You can garnish it with whatever pleases you. You bake the cake, you make the rules. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will leave more information and tips in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe and see you soon with a new recipe.